Hello and welcome to Midnight's Edge After Dark. My name is Tom Connors and welcome to this little special roundtable with our good friend and leader, André.
Hey everyone.
And of course, the voice and narrator of Midnight's Edge. You know him well as Robot Shlomo, Mr. Robb Gallo.
How you doing, everybody?
Now, the reason for this special short roundtable gathering is, of course, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, film of the year. Star Wars The Last Jedi finally dropped another trailer during Monday Night Football, and, well, I'm sure everybody's wondering what we think. All right, now, before we actually get into the new trailer, we've talked a lot about Star Trek on the channels, but I don't know if everybody out there knows how big of Star Wars fans we really are. Now, myself personally have been a fan since I can remember. I love Star Wars more than any other film franchise. The original trilogy is my top favorite films. If I have to pick one, it's always Empire, but just the same. If anybody asks me what my favorite movie of all time is, that's my answer. So I'm a huge fan. Rob, I'm sure you've been a fan since the original came out, am I correct?
Oh yeah, been a fan. Actually, I did not get to see it in the theater until 1979, almost like a year and a half, 2 years, till after it was released. Saw it in a little tiny theater here in town. I remember the lights going down and hearing the opening crescendo, the Star Destroyer and the blockade runner flying in over the screen, and I just thought to myself, this is going to be the coolest thing I am ever going to see. So, and it was.
Like for what, you were like 9 at the time?
I was like 9 at the time, yeah. And it was, and it still is to a lot of things, one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Love Star Wars. I love Star Trek too, don't get me wrong. Love Star Wars. One of those things that, like you said, it really makes an impact on you at such a young age too. I mean, it really is. So anyway, so that's my
right.
That's my experience of it.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Rob, when you said that it hits you at that young age. Because I didn't see Star Wars at that young age. On the contrary, I was aware of its existence, but I didn't actually see any of the Star Wars movies until I was like 18, 19, something like that. That's when I saw them for the first time, really, it's true. And by that time, I didn't quite see what the fuss was all about. I understand though, because I did see Spaceballs when I was like 7, 8, 9, and I loved that. And don't shoot me, but I actually hold Spaceballs in higher regard than I do Star Wars, so there's that. But yeah, basically not a huge fan. I understand and I respect why people are fans of the franchise, even though I'm not myself. However, in the last year, I've gotten more interested. I've gotten more interested because of the comics, which are actually pretty good and pretty intriguing, and what they're doing with the backstory and how they seem to be setting up the Old Republic. And that is something I really want to see. And this has got me intrigued. So yeah, I'm getting more excited for Star Wars.
I think I'm correct when I say that all three of us did enjoy The Force Awakens, am I right?
Yeah, I did.
André?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay, so yeah, everybody knows out there, yes, we all enjoyed it. We're not like a loud minority who didn't. So moving forward then, we're all excited then for The Last Jedi. Before we talk about this second trailer though, André, tell us what you thought about the first trailer real quick, and then Rob.
I thought the first trailer was alright. It didn't impress me much or anything. It was like, yeah, okay, cool, Star Wars is coming. And didn't think much more of it. I was like thinking, yeah, Star Wars coming, but I really can't wait for that Thor Ragnarok. That was my reaction.
Liked the first trailer, even though it was a bit sparse on a lot of details, and it was enough to really pique your interest. Like, okay, I want to see more now. I want to see more.
Right.
So I think that's the goal, obviously. So
I think I was kind of in the similar area. I wasn't as hyped for this one at first. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm kind of intrigued to see where it goes. The only thing that really stuck out to me was the whole Luke line where he goes, "It's time for the Jedi to end," which I knew they were playing with this or something, or we aren't seeing it in context, of course, which I'm sure will come up later in this conversation here. But just then to move forward, though, I wasn't as excited for the first trailer.
Well, let's just begin with how excited I was for Episode 8 before seeing the trailer. Before seeing the trailer, the movie I was the most excited about for the rest of the year was Thor Ragnarok. And after Thor Ragnarok was The Snowman. And then at a distant number third was maybe Star Wars Episode 8. Now, after seeing this trailer, holy hell, what a trailer. Episode 8 jumped to number 1 on my list of most anticipated movies for the rest of the year. And now Thor is at the distant number 2. Snowman doesn't even compute, neither does anything else. That trailer was amazing. That's how you do a trailer. Like, I didn't know I could be as excited about Star Wars as I am right now. Like, I can't wait to see this movie. What a great trailer. That's my response.
All right, not what I expected at all. Rob?
My reaction was more of being intrigued. I'm just trying to pick apart. I'm like, what could be going on here? I'm like, and there's, you see details, and I don't know if it's just doing these mini documentaries and stuff for so long, but I'm just trying to sort through it all, just trying to imagine the context in which everything sort of fits. So I think I need to turn my brain off when next time I watch it again. But I will say one thing, though. Porgs are cool.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to start off a little bit like André did, but a little bit different. I mean, as I said before, I was excited for this movie, and it was my number one movie I was looking forward to throughout the year, but I was kind of let down by that first trailer. Now, going back to the Force Awakens trailer, the very first one, I was like a lot of fanboys out there. I got giddy and had a nerdgasm over the next couple trailers after that. This one just blew my mind, and I got that sinking gut feeling, but not in a bad way, to where you're like, okay, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Because I was telling a lot of people, I was not surprised by some of the reaction to Force Awakens, by some saying, it's too much like A New Hope. I knew that going in, that it was going to mirror A New Hope, but that was for a reason, because we were supposed to be set up for this expectation. I don't think a lot of people thought of that, or at least don't think of that in that sense, that you were set up for in that sense for a reason, to expect, okay, we already know where we're going. Well, that's not what's going to happen. And in this trailer, no matter what teases and ways that they give it to us and which context it's given in, because let's face it, I'm sure there's a lot of scenes in this trailer that are cut into a completely different context than what we see them in the film. That's a common trick in Hollywood. But that being said, I have a feeling that this is going to be the movie that will turn all those people around who didn't like Force Awakens and said it was nothing more than a retread of A New Hope into saying, okay, I kind of think I know what they're doing here now. I hope that's what this movie is. I'm starting to see that, and my excitement level went through the roof. I had to watch it again right away, because I'm like, did I just see what I thought I saw, kind of thing? Even more so than when I saw the Force Awakens trailer. So yeah, my excitement level's right up there, but I'm even more excited to hear what André said, because coming from somebody who isn't really a Star Wars fan, and then to jump to that, especially knowing how big of a fan you are of, comic books and Thor and stuff like that, and knowing you've been looking forward to Thor Ragnarok, as have I, and I know Rob has too, but I knew you were more so than we were. And to hear that jump ahead like that just surprised the hell out of me. So
yeah, it's been a long time coming, though. You have to give Disney credit for that, because even if Kathleen Kennedy has made some weird directorial choices, like I did not like what Garth Edwards did in Rogue One, and I do not understand why we have to get a Han Solo movie at all, let alone with who's directing it or was directing it. Like I'm just completely not excited about that at all. Like, give us a Boba Fett movie instead, or Darth Maul, or Darth Vader, or Darth Sidious, or whatever. Do some Sith stuff. But they're doing so well in the comics, and I've been reading the comics and getting into that a little bit. That's like, yeah, they've gotten me more into the Star Wars universe than any Star Wars movie ever has. So I was more primed for being interested in Star Wars this time. And then with this trailer, this wonderful, subtle trailer, which is all about atmosphere and mystery and setting things up and giving you questions but not answering them. Like on the main channel, we've covered how to do a good trailer before. This did it all, and it did it with perfection.
I'm going to have to go back and watch again, because I've only seen it once. There was a lot of intrigue in this trailer, probably more so than any other Star Wars film, at least in my memory. It left you asking questions, which you're going to have to go see the movie to get it answered. And I have no doubt that a lot of it is edited not out of sequence, but it's edited to make it look sort of maybe to throw you off the trail or so. But what the director, Rian Johnson was his name?
Yes, the director of Looper.
Yeah, he actually did say, though, if you want to remain spoiler free, not to watch the trailer. Right. So I hate to think that they're giving away too much here. And for all the criticism that J.J. Abrams does get with the whole mystery box thing, you sort of want the mystery box. you sort of want to be surprised at certain things, which I'm hoping still there's a lot of surprises left in this. So.
And that was a perfect segue then into the final part here, because that was going to be part of what I was going to ask you guys is, do you think that statement that Rian Johnson made was legit, or do you think he was misleading us and playing his own game of mystery box? Andre?
He's misleading. They want you to think, to be worried going in that Rey is going to go to the dark side. So this is all coordinated. He knows exactly what he's saying. The trailer wants to make you nervous. That's part of the mystery. Oh my god, you see, that's how they're playing it. You see, like, Kylo Ren is offering Rey his hand, and then the Last Jedi. That's what they're going for, and that is what he too underpins with that statement. This is all part of the plan.
I agree with that. Rob?
Yeah, I do think that they're trying to throw us off the trail here. For all the criticisms of people have of the mystery box, I want to be surprised. Imagine like 30 years ago if in the trailer they said right away, you know, and a surprise twist you'll never see coming. I am your father, you know, and they give away the whole thing.
Right.
Like I said, that would have undermined the entire movie. There'd be no reason to go see the next one.
Probably one of the greatest twists in cinematic history, with either right before or right behind the Planet of the Apes. That's my where I have to take that to the top. Yeah.
I hope and I really do think they are trying to throw us off the trail here.
Yeah, I agree. Moving forward then, we're all obviously excited, so I really don't need to ask that. So we might as well just say next time for the next trailer, we'll probably reconvene again. If not, the next time we'll talk about Star Wars will be either when there's some major news, or we all actually get to see the film. So, Andre, anything you have to say before we go?
May the Schwartz be with you.
Rob?
Well, we're all excited, and if you're excited by what we do here at After Dark, then please subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon. Please consider supporting us through Patreon. Patreon supporters will receive behind-the-scenes, making of the edge videos, outtakes, bloopers, stuff. And if you can't support the channel through those means, then just please subscribe, and by all means, enjoy what we do. So I am your narrator supreme, Rob Robot Shlomo, and we will catch you next time.